Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since, and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Marcus Holmes says it's the holiday season. It doesn't feel like the holiday season here. It just feels wet and cold and horrible. Fingers crossed. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter tonight how many times my computer freezes. However, I may have sorted it. I had a quick look. I had a quick fiddle around with various USB ports and connections, and it hasn't crashed or frozen yet. And I haven't had... What I was having last night was Ant Plus disconnected messages. I haven't had one of them yet, and I've also been able to connect my heart rate monitor via Ant Plus tonight, which I haven't been able to do for ages. So, I may have done something. Now, I may be speaking too soon here as well. Last night was awful, and horrible, and I hated it. And that's why I gave up early. I gave up. I'm freely happy to admit that I just gave up because it was too annoying. Tonight, because I'm not trying to run. I mean, very rarely do I run hard. Very rarely do I actually try. And the one time I did try yesterday, it all fell apart on me. Tonight doesn't really matter so much if it freezes, because it's just a nice jolly run with friends. It's just an enjoyable little run. It's not a race, it's not a time trial. I'm not trying to beat any PBs or anything. Clive Finnemore thinks I should stop fiddling with my USB ports. It is a habit I have. Hello Amy, hello Sebastian, hello Clive, hello Tina, hello Nick Dumbleton, hello everyone else watching, hello Rob Harrison. Who else is there? Anyway, hello everyone. Hello Marcus. I'm going at 10 kph. Of course, you don't have to follow me. Do whatever speed you'd like to do if you're in the event and you're listening. Adrian says, I've had issues since the last update. Avatar stopping, no heart rate monitor or cadence. Recalibrated everything today. Hopefully it'll be okay. So some people do have problems, but let's see what happens today. So far, nothing. And like I say, I think I might have done something. Fiddled about with the USB port, swapped a few cables over. And at the moment, things seem to be looking okay. If my computer freezes again tonight, I am out of here. I will be throwing all my toys as far as I can get. He says, anyone else seeing no time or distance? Yes, the lead-in is long, isn't it? This was a conversation we've had on the Facebook page just today. Yeah, very long lead-in that was. Anyway, we've started now. All right. Somebody, who is it? Tina? Don't tell me Tina wants the music up. I don't believe it, Tina. Is that just because you want my voice drowned out? Right, just for Tina, the music is going up. See, she likes it now, doesn't she? She likes the music now. She was all, I don't like the music. I don't like the new music. Turn the new music off. Put the old music back on now. Oh, now. Now we're all change. Okay. This is nice. This is, we haven't done this road before, have we? Haven't done this road yet. Oh, Amy still doesn't like the new music. Thanks, Marcus. I do try to keep up to date with my impersonations. I practice Tina most evenings. Have we done this road? Tina's offended. I'm sure I've not run on this road before. Maybe. Because I think this is the new road leading to the coastal route. So yeah, this bit of road here, we've not seen this before because when we ran the coastal route the other day, it plonked us right on the coast. So we ran the 18 kilometres of Urukazi the other day, but what we didn't do were the new lead-in roads. The new roads that get you from Neokyo and Yumezi into Urukazi. And that's what this road is. I think this road is going from Neokyo to Urukazi. Paul Hayward says it's groovy music. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why I'm saying thank you. I haven't done anything. I didn't write the music. But I chose it. There we go. I deserve thanks for choosing it. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely new road for me, for us. And we're coming up to a kilometre of running through this section. Oh no, Jonathan Cost has late joined, but it's dumped him at the starting gate rather than doing finding runners, which it normally does, and dumping you with the runners. It's dumped him at the start, which means either he's got to run on his own behind everyone or do a crazy attempt at catching us up. We're going at 10 kph. Jonathan, if you want to try and catch us, I won't be speeding up, I'll just stay at this pace. So it's up to you. Or you can just keep chatting to us so you feel like you're, in contact with people. Oh yeah, Clive says, what's the swag tonight? Good point. I don't know, let's have a look. Sunglasses tonight. Pete Sangster says sunglasses. Oh gosh, I've got to start my watch as well. I've got to start my watch. I've started it now. Oh, we've got Michael Hasser with us. Hello, Michael. Hey, Michael. Nice to see you again. is Clive still eating biscuits? Is Clive still eating biscuits? Question mark. Ah, yes, of course. Winter has arrived, and so we see a lot more people who we haven't seen for a while. Good to have you back, buddy. Yeah, so that's Michael Hasser, who's come back after running outside during the summer, and nice to have people back running with us in the winter. Wow, Jim Fergus says it's snowing in Chicago. Alexa knows what's good for her. I am watching chat, by the way. If you're watching the live stream on YouTube, on the Zwift Run channel, or Twitch on the Zwift Run channel, or on Facebook on the Film My Run Facebook page, then hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. If you want to say hello, if you want to ask a question, if you're new to Zwift, or even if you're not, if you want to just ask me anything, then pop a question in the chat and I should be able to respond, because we're not going crazy pace tonight. When I say ask me anything, I mean, you know, within reason. Running related, Zwift related. I mean, my breadth of knowledge does extend to the capital cities of the United States, but much further than that, I know nothing. I could tell you a little bit about editing with Final Cut Pro on the Mac. I know a bit about that, but you know, that's pretty much it. Don't ask me about cooking. Don't ask me about Pilates. Tina knows what you'd get if you asked me about Pilates. Victoria has gone to a 2-hour Pilates session tonight. 2 hours of Pilates. I mean, that's a good sleep. That is a good long sleep, isn't it? That's a good long lie down. Okay. This is good. This is a new bit of Neokyo that I have not seen before. Marcus is going to the Mumbai Marathon. Amazing. Amy Green says her daughter is now filming and editing her own YouTube videos. That is awesome. Amy and Marcus, that is awesome. Nick Dumbleton wants to know, why can I never give you a ride on during a workout? Nick, I have absolutely no idea! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Is it just me specifically? Question mark. Yeah, Nick Dumbleton wants to know why he can't give me a ride on during workouts. Right, Clive says I have technical issues. Why do I have technical issues? What happened then? Oh, that is weird. Nick, I've probably blocked you like I've blocked Tina. Right, if Victoria has said something, I can't see it. So, Chris Newman, hello Chris. He says, I'm new to your channel and new to Zwift Running. Would love to join in with group runs. How do I do it? And how do you share in advance when you are running? Okay, so, how do you join group runs? Well, have you downloaded the Zwift Companion app, Chris? So, regardless of the Zwift game, which you can download on your PC, your Mac, your iPhone, your iPad, whatever it is, there is another app that you should download on your phone or your Android, whatever it is, and it's called the Zwift Companion app. And in there, you will find tabs that show you what events are coming up. So let me show you what I mean. So here is the Zwift Companion app, and I'm currently scrolling through chat. So this is the in-game chat. But if I go to events at the top there, look, then I can see all the events that are coming up. And then when you want to join an event, you click into it. You can read all about it in the description, and then you can join the group that you want to join. So I could join Group A here, and I just press that white plus sign with the orange background. So download that, and that'll tell you what runs you can join. Now, as far as letting people know when I'm live streaming, sometimes at the beginning of the week, I do a little schedule which I post. I haven't done that for a few weeks, so maybe I could start doing that again when we get back into proper training in December. But most people know that I generally stream around about 6 or 7 o'clock every weekday evening. So Monday to Friday, most nights, I will be live streaming something around 6:30, 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock. Very occasionally 8 o'clock. Not very often. But nice to have you on board, Chris. Like I say, if Victoria has messaged something, because Tina says good for Victoria. Sebastian, yes, I will be doing the Film My Run 500 tomorrow. So that is what, if you're free in the morning tomorrow, 11:35 UK time, we will be doing the Film My Run 500. It is a climb. So we set the treadmills at 12%. So quite steep, but we go quite slowly, and we climb 500 meters into the sky, and that's over about 4.2 kilometers. See the dancers, look. Oh, you can't see them now, hang on. Might see them in a minute. Load of 60s rock and roll dancers. Who saw the 60s dancers? Oh wow, Chris is going to run the London Marathon next year. Well, you and my wife, Chris. Victoria has, as many of you know, Victoria's got a good for age place at London next year, so Chris Newman will be there as well. Good luck, Chris. Yeah, training begins for us in December, so quite a few of us are running the Paris Marathon in April next year. So we will be training on Zwift at least 2 sessions a week on Zwift from January. So from January we'll be doing an interval session and a long run on Zwift, training for the Paris Marathon. Yes, Marcus. Victoria is doing Paris, London and Boston all in April. 3 marathons in April for Victoria, yeah. Adrian. No, honestly, there were 60s dancers doing the twist. There were dancers doing the twist, because in Japan all those 60s dances are really trendy, aren't they? And they were doing those dances on the side of the road. I'm sure that's what maybe I have been on the mushrooms. Maybe Victoria put something in the bolognese. Okay, Chris, so keep a lookout in January for the Paris Marathon training sessions, which will be live on the channel and in the Zwift companion app. That's a nice shot of somebody's backside. I think that might have been Amy Green's bum. Amy, we've just been looking at your bum. Or Heather. Could have been Heather. I hope it wasn't Nick Dumbleton, though, because if it was, he's got a very nice bottom. Right, Tina Beard says, you did see them, Stephen, I can confirm. So 60s dancers were actually real. It wasn't something weird going on with my brain. We're not far off halfway now. 3.3 kilometres done, 3.8 to go. Amy says her bum looks better on screen. There it is again, look. Why are they showing so many close-ups of Amy's bum? Right, Nick says he's on the left. So who is on the right then? Nick, I'm sure you have a lovely bum. We are not even halfway through the run and we've descended into arse talk already. Well, okay, I've descended into arse talk already. Anthony says, good evening all, enjoy the run. Thank you, Anthony. And Nick says there's a song in there somewhere. I am not writing a song about your bum, Nick. Or Amy's, for that matter. Okay, that's taken us over halfway now. So 3.6k in, 3.4 to go. We're still running through the town here, aren't we? Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Oh no, I'm singing again. I've lost my senses. Jokers to the right of me. No, something to the left. Jokers to the right, here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Oh, Clive's on it as well. Right, Anthony says, watch out for the big pink floating jolly or jelly animal. Paul Hayward says the chat has reached rock bottom again, I see. Yes. Sorry, a bit slow on the uptake. I don't know why you lot always complain about my singing. This is quality entertainment, you know. Some people would pay good money for this. Literally no respect. Do you know what? I didn't think we would be running through the town so much. Or is this... Are we supposed to be in Neokyo? I thought we were supposed to be in Urukazi. Maybe we're not then. Maybe... What? You're here because it's free? Question mark. Tina said, I asked Alexa what is quality entertainment, and her actual answer was not Stephen. Right, who sang the best? Hey Google, who sang the best things in life are free? Janet Jackson, apparently. Is it with Luther Vandross? Janet Jackson and Luther Vandross. Is that the pink floating jelly thing up? Can we see the... Is that it up there? No? Hang on. No. I thought I saw a pink floating jelly thing, but apparently not. I can't actually remember the tune. Best things in life are free. I can't remember the tune to it, to be honest. Perhaps Victoria put magic mushrooms in the bolognese sauce. At least I'm not as hyper as Clive was earlier this evening. Oh yeah! Right, Paul Deering says, if you sing again, I'm switching over to EastEnders. No, right, I promise you, Paul, I will not sing again because nobody should be subjected to EastEnders. I wouldn't want you having to suffer that. So I promise I won't sing anymore. Heather says there is that other version. You can give them to the birds and bees. I want your money. Oh, now see, that tune is... Yeah, I just can't... I can't get... With this other music in my... I can't get that tune into my head. But you're probably pleased about that. 2.5k to go. And I think I've just realised that we're not going through Urukazi tonight. And Sebastian, you're probably correct. We probably did run this route during the marathon. Because I thought that we were on our way to Urukazi. And we're clearly not, are we? We're just running through Neokyo. So I'm talking rubbish once again. But, you know, I'm sure all of you listening would just say, well, there's no surprise there then. I have been running on this platform for 6 years. And I know literally nothing about it. It's probably because I don't pay attention to anything. Which my wife will no doubt verify. Yeah, Tina says, this is the Twilight Harbour route. Yeah, but in my head, Tina, I thought harbour, Urukazi, because of the coastal route. And so in my head, Twilight Harbour just meant going to Urukazi. Right, Heather, I'll look it up afterwards. Heather says the song sounds a bit robotic in a woman's voice, but it's ancient. Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember it. Right, we have been running for 30 minutes. We have 2 kilometres to go, just over 2 kilometres to go. 5k done. Are we doing the Tri Academy finish line run on Friday? Yeah. If I don't know, I probably know somebody. Well, that's true. That is a true statement. If I don't know, which I probably don't, I probably do know somebody who does know. Oh, stage 5 as well on Friday. Oh, goodness. Fantastic catch, Jonathan. Well done, Jonathan. Jonathan's got back with us. Just about. He's 30 seconds behind he's running with Rob Harrison. Ah, fairground attraction, says Anthony Anderson. Okay. Yes. I want your money. Yes, I remember it now. Fairground attraction, you're right. Yeah, good work, Jonathan. Good catch. Okay, just over a mile to go. Jonathan ran 20 minutes in zone 4. Half an hour in zone 2 for me. "20 minutes in the angry zone yesterday." Oh, Heather. Heather says, "Before I was born." Okay, right. Heather's looked it up now. She says it's the Flying Lizards, 1979. Before you were born. Heather, come on now. I was 9 then. I was 9 years old in 1979. Gosh, how the world's changed, eh? How the world has changed. 1 mile to go. No internet in 1979. The internet has just revolutionised everything, hasn't it? A completely changed world. Zero to Hero says, yeah, at least we made it past the 5k mark today, so it must be better. Yeah, literally no dropouts of Ant Plus and no freezing of the screen at all today. So let's hope we stay like that again now that I've changed a few things around. I took some cables out. I plugged them back into different USB ports. I mean, that's essentially all I've done. But I've got a feeling something just needed to reset. The USB ports just needed to reset. And I think we've got it working again. So, but it's annoying that it happened last night when I was trying to do a fast run last night. And as I said at the beginning, I very rarely try hard on Zwift. It's not often that I try and run fast. So when I do try and run fast, I want everything to work perfectly. And because it didn't last night, I was so annoyed. Right, Clive says that's how I used to fix old cars. How many USB ports are on old cars, Clive? Question mark. Yeah, wiggle the leads around. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Who remembers pulling the choke out in trying to start the car in winter? You remember when cars had manual choke? Zero to Hero says, back in my day, I had to run outside, uphill, both ways. That is mad. Outside? Does anybody run outside these days? Amy Green says, a choke. This sounds like something ancient. Yes, Amy, before your time, before you were born, Amy. Before you were born, Amy. Did you know, Amy, there was a time when WhatsApp didn't exist? She's too young to remember. Amy's too young to remember when WhatsApp didn't exist. Adrian says, my trusty old Ford Escort had a choke. Yeah, so did mine. Amy is now trying to pretend she's still a teenager. Nick Dumbleton had a Ford Cortina. Wow. Yeah, I had a Ford Escort and I had a Ford Fiesta. In fact, I had about 3 Ford Escorts. I crashed one of them. I had one stolen and I sold the other one. Adrian Mutt says, good luck all. I had to speed up as my MacBook was down to 10%, less than 10%. Couldn't you plug it in? I don't know if American cars ever had a manual choke. Marcus, it was a manual pull-out thing in the car that allowed more or less petrol into the engine. So you could, if you pulled it out too far, you would flood the engine with petrol and it wouldn't start. So you had to be very careful and just have enough choke to start the engine, but too little and it wouldn't start, and too much and it wouldn't start. It was like a, what's the word I'm looking at? Like a valve. It was like a manual valve that you had to pull out or push in to allow more or less petrol through to the engine. Yeah, and you'd sometimes have to pull it out only halfway. Yeah. Oh, Zero to Hero says yes, they did. American cars did have a manual choke, yes. Adrian left his charging plug for his MacBook at school. Yes, and Clive says every choke was different, so depending on what car you were in, you would have a different level where the choke would needed to be. Just like every car has a different level where the clutch needs to be. Heather says, and before those cars, there were the Fred Flintstone cars. Right, Heather, don't you try and make out you're younger than you are as well. You remember chokes in cars. I just know you do. Yeah, no power steering in those days, no. Did anybody have an 8-track? Question mark. You know, before cassette players, in cars used to have 8 tracks. I never had one. But I'm sure it was a thing. Paul Hayward wants to know, how did Jeff Partridge get on back in the old days when they had the hand crank at the front of cars? Unfortunately, Jeff isn't here to answer that. But I'm sure he'll let us know in no uncertain terms when he hears about this. Zero to Hero says, I'm only 32, but I collected cars. Anyone have the dimmer switch on the floorboard? No. A dimmer switch on the floorboard? Wow. No, I don't think I did. And Anthony says, what about the old type of indicators that popped out from the side? Yes, they look like fingers, used to push them out. I think my dad had a car with one of those. Very enjoyable run, everyone. Thank you very much. See you soon. Film my run 500, 11:35 a.m. tomorrow. I was trying to give people ride-ons then and it wasn't working. Just go back a little bit and give people ride-ons who haven't finished yet. There we are, through the line. Just keep on just giving people a few ride-ons back here. Sorry if I didn't get you a ride-on. Apologies. Amy? Oh, no. Where's Amy Green gone? Must have given Jonathan one already. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. Sebastian says, I'm done for the day. Well done, everybody. Great catch, Jonathan, by the way. Good work. Heather says, thanks, everyone. Good fun. Anthony says, entertaining as always. Amy, thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Amy. Well done all, says Paul Hayward. Bye-bye, says Clive Finnemore. Have a good evening, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Yes. So, now why am I still moving? Oh, that's Jonathan Cost, that's why. Panic for a minute. There I am. Okay. Nick Dumbleton says, Stephen, you are still greyed out. I don't understand it, Nick. I have no idea, honestly. I promise I haven't blocked you. But I honestly don't know why I am greyed out. Why is that? Tina says bye-bye. Heather says, well-deserved rest for Sebastian and Clive. Yes. Clive and Sebastian did the Wednesday workout just before this and then came on and did this. So, amazing work from Sebastian and Clive. Great job, guys. Well done. Jonathan says, you're all dead to me. Oh, Jonathan, you did well, buddy. Well done. Good catch. But it's entirely your fault for logging on too late. I'm not saying anything, but, you know. Who's really to blame here, Jonathan? Right, we're off. Marcus says, good work, all. We will see you tomorrow. So film my run 500, 11:35 tomorrow morning, 12:35 Central European time, and ridiculously early in the morning if you're in the States. And then back tomorrow evening for Bag That Badge. There was a problem last week with Bag That Badge. It just repeated the week before. So that's why we didn't do Bag That Badge last week. But tomorrow I am assured by Zwift HQ that Bag That Badge is going to work tomorrow. So Bag That Badge tomorrow evening. So we're on twice tomorrow, and then we also have I'm not sure what we're doing on Friday. We're either doing the finish line run or stage 5 of the tour, or both. So who knows? Who knows? Jonathan says, I had the pairing set up for Zwift Companion app, not direct. Oh yeah, that is annoying. Yeah. Okay. No worries. Right, take care, everyone. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye-bye.